My name is Kevin McMinn, and this is my Persuasive Speech, and this is my audience. Did you know that last year in the first half of 2015, there were over 721 reports of drones by pilots and air traffic controllers alike, according to the Boston Globe? So today I want to share with you a little bit of information about the drone regulations that have been put in place by the FAA recently, why they are good, and why we as citizens and consumers of drone products nowadays need to follow and adhere to these rules. So drone flying is fun and harmless, right? It's a cool new technology that people like to have and have fun with cameras, and it's excessively useful. There's a lot of potential in drones, like the Amazon drone service that's been petitioned to be started by the Amazon shipping company. So yeah, there's a lot of potential to it, but as a pilot myself of 4 years and very involved with aviation, I find it extremely frightening that there are some people out there that just fly and have no idea what they're doing and are very ignorant when it comes to rules and airspace and regulations. The threat of hitting a drone is very real, and it's very, very frightening and can be excessively catastrophic and can cause many deaths. So I want to help you understand a little bit about the need of these regulations in order to help the skies for you and myself be safe and harmless. So three big concerns with the drone operations nowadays. There's concern for privacy invasion, safety for people on the ground, and the safety of people in the air. So these are all risks of drone operations daily. I'm going to explain a little bit about why the FAA laws help these things and are good, and then they must be followed. So invasion of privacy. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, any non-commercial unmanned aircraft must weigh less than 55 pounds, stable at 400 feet, fly during only the day, and stay at least 5 miles away from any airport. So we're talking about drones like this that you can go down to Best Buy and buy for about $500. They generally have cameras on them. You go around, take pictures. It's really cool, as long as you follow those regulations. However, the problem is many people don't, quite simply. So drones can be used to spy on people, stalk people. You can fly right up to a window and look in people's windows and catch people doing whatever they're doing. It's a huge threat to privacy invasion. Anyone can do this. Just go buy one and you can do about whatever you want. Secondly, we have the threat of injury to people on the ground. Many objects throughout the last few years and many people in turn have been sent to the hospital, damaged, hurt because of drone-related accidents. Say, for instance, you're just flying and then we lose control. Hit someone in the head and they go to the hospital. That's not good. Maybe you're flying somewhere where you're not supposed to be. I've seen videos of people flying above the clouds, 500-600 feet, maybe 1,000 feet, lost a battery all of a sudden, going to fall and hit someone in the head, could kill them. That's really not good. That's a threat that we want to avoid. And I really hope it doesn't come to this, but the potential for drones to be weaponized, strap bombs to these things, guns, explosives, that's a real threat in the future. It's really not good, and these regulations aim to prevent these problems. So an example of this weaponization, according to nydatabases.com in October 2015, a small UAV carrying drugs, cigarettes, hacksaw blades, cell phones, and other materials crash landed on the grounds of Oklahoma State Prison. So we can already see that process taking place in the real world today. People are transporting contraband, weapons, etc. to prisoners, and this behavior could follow on into the future. So thirdly, I want to talk about safety to airplanes and aircraft and pilots and etc. people that work in the airline industry. So according to the Dallas newspaper, there were 241 reports of close encounters which the FAA deemed as near collisions. So this is a very large risk. Why do people do this? Why do people get their drones into controlled airspace where they can be hit by airliners like this? Well, many times it's a simple matter such as a hobby. People like to go take pictures of airplanes taking off, landing, etc., airplane enthusiasts. However, they just don't realize the risk of doing these things with drones. They're threatening the lives of everyone on board. So that's a couple hundred, 400 people in a large airliner, as well as the pilots and then themselves when they get in trouble. I don't know if you know what damage a drone can do to an aircraft, but a video I found on YouTube of a drone strike on a Southwest jet. This is the wingtip. It's kind of hard to see, but this is after the strike. As you can see, the entire top half of the wingtip is completely shattered and blown away. So imagine what would happen if one of the engines sucked in one of these drones. Catastrophic engine failure could cause the deaths of many people, if not everyone on board. So I proved to you that the need for drone regulation is quite obvious. However, there's still much room for improvement. In their academic journal article, Drones, Henry Perrett and Elliot Sprague explain that the FAA is seriously behind in delivering on its congressional mandate to integrate civilian drones into the national airspace system. So what in the world does that mean? That means the FAA cannot make rules as fast as this market is being created or is starting or is changing or whatever. The FAA can't keep up with regulations to keep everyone safe. So there's an inherent responsibility that we need to be smart with these kind of operations. So while drone flying is fun and rules aren't fun, the FAA makes these rules to maximize the safety of us as well as everyone else involved in the sky. Everyone who owns a drone today now is required by law to register that drone with the FAA on their website, as well as read the list of rules of where you can and cannot fly and what times you can and cannot fly. These three things are only the biggest threats of drone operations today. And as you can see, the potential for harm is very, very great. People can invade other people's privacy by spying or stalking or even looking in people's windows. Accidental loss of control or malicious intent can cause serious personal harm on the ground. And people flying close to air traffic control areas and inside them can cause huge threats, if not deaths, to anyone flying on commercial airliners today. So as I mentioned earlier, the current FAA rules are good. They're meant for our safety, but there is room for improvement. These rules must be ready to change as technology and the drone market advances. And we, as people and as consumers of these drone products, need to be ready and willing to adhere to any laws that come out as soon as they come out. This will help keep a safe sky for you and for me and for everyone involved.